What up, though? I am Fontaine the Titan, and I want to first off give my deepest condolences to Nipsey Hussle and everybody that his untimely departure from this physical plane, everybody that's affecting right now. Want to say this. I want to say that during these times, everybody has their opinion about what happened, right? And I'm hearing on one side of the game it's a conspiracy because of his documentary that he was doing on Dr. Sebi. And then on the other side of the game, I'm hearing, it's just gang violence, black on black crime, and all of that. Now, what I want to really convey in my message today is the whole conspiracy theory aspect about it, because a lot of people, all right, it's not a conspiracy, it is a conspiracy. We got to deal with the facts on black crime. But I want to say this about the conspiracy theory aspect of it, because what we got to understand about conspiracy theories is that for our side of the game, for us, our black people side of the game, how do we even get involved in the aspect of a conspiracy theory? See, we got to look at our actions along the way. So I wanted to take a look back at a little bit of history, right? Because when you look at, for an example, the assassination of Malcolm X, and you will look at it like, oh, okay, Malcolm X, we know that it was the FBI or the CIA or whatever, but it's a conspiracy theory, and the aspect of it is, why are even black people able to be involved to do something like that, right? So when you fast forward now to a situation like Nipsey Hussle, because us black people have been getting involved with these governments and becoming informants and becoming paid snitches and getting involved in the CIA and being involved in their corruptness in order to take our own black people down, to take down people like Malcolm X and the Black Panthers. Now it comes to, we get Tupac and Biggie and Nipsey Hussle coming to the game, and now it's got to be a conspiracy theory, right? But it's a conspiracy theory because we allowed our involvement into their system to be able to bring us down in that type of way, right? See, what you got to understand is, if there was no black on black crime at all, right? If there was absolutely none, there was no gang violence, there was no you owe me money so I'm going to kill you, and none of that stuff. If none of that stuff was going on, and then a black person killed another black person, then we can immediately be able to attribute a conspiracy theory to that based on our actions, right? So because of our actions throughout history, we are known to tell on each other, rat on each other, and be involved in the government in a type of way to where it's like, okay, did we do that again? Did we do Nipsey Hussle like they did Malcolm X back then and allowed that to happen? Like the Black Panthers. See, keep in mind this, us as black people, when they come to us with these offers and say, okay, we're going to give you some money if you do this, right? Say the government offer you some money. Or let's just say they threaten your family. Chitty, chitty, bang, bang. We go kill your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother if you don't go and kill this person, right? Look at the movie Belly, right? You remember the end of the movie Belly? DMX was involved and he was supposed to go take out the minister, right? At the end, he just couldn't do it, right? He was involved the whole time, but at the end, he just couldn't do it. See, what we got to understand is that if that type of stuff is going on, why are we as black people getting involved into that stuff to where we're even in a position to have to make a choice to say, I'm going to kill my other black person over here, or do this type of way to get this person in jail, right? See, we got to look at, why are we even a part of a conspiracy theory? See, the only conspiracy theories that actually really need to exist is the ones that they created, the white people created. The whether the earth is flat or round. I ain't gonna even get into that, but these are their conspiracy theories. Whether or not they landed on the moon, right? Whether or not 9/11, whether Bush actually blew up the buildings for his own personal gain into the oil industry and all of that, and taking over Saddam Hussein and the mass weapons of destruction. Those are their conspiracy theories that we have no involvement in. So when it comes to us, how are we even involved in a conspiracy theory that involves them? Because if we taking each other out, then that gives them free range to say anything about us as black people, right? And as long as we get involved into the game with them, and willing to take compromises and willing to be threatened and be willing to go all the way that distance in order to save our own self, then we're always going to have these type of issues, right? So it's not whether or not it's a conspiracy or theory or not at this point with me. It's why are we even involved in the aspect of even considering it to be a conspiracy theory in the first place, right? So we got to look back at our own behavior, look at our own history, and decide for ourselves that, hey, we need to leave their system alone. Because if we leave their system alone and let them go ahead and do their lolly-da thing in their system, and we stay away from everything that they got going on, and we build ourselves up, right? Leave all them gangs alone and leave everything alone and focus on ourselves and focus on building ourselves up, the opportunity for a conspiracy theory to even exist within us will become very minute, right? Because right now, it's a conspiracy theory on everything in the black community. Who's an agent? Who's working for the government? Who's a part of this and that, right? And the reason why we think that way is because in our history, we have always been getting involved and engaged with those people to take our own selves down. That's what we got to stop. Because I'm saying this to get to the point of it's tragedy. It's a big tragedy that we lost a person out here, a black man out here that was doing the right thing and putting forth a good example on what we should be actually trying to do out here on the level of raising everybody else up, right? So the thing I want to say about that is let's let that energy stay on, okay? Because if you know anything about energy, energy never dies, right? Energy only changes form, right? So the energy that's still remaining here, yeah, he's not here in his physical self, but there's an energy that's still here on everything that he was trying to accomplish. You know, they say Nick Cannon is about to pick up where he left off on that Dr. Sebi documentary. That's awesome stuff. That's stuff that we need to keep on doing. We need to keep these legacies going. We need to keep these legacies of Malcolm X going. Dr. Martin Luther King, Tupac, Biggie, and like I say, Nipsey Hussle, everybody. You know, including your mama, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your uncle, your cousin that's not here no more. And all of the good things that they was trying to do. Let's let that energy keep on moving out here, right? Because as far as a conspiracy theory goes, I think that that's a whole different thing that we got to look at in a different type of mindset. Why are we even involved in those conspiracies, right? Let's stop being involved with them so that they can even have an opportunity to say it's a conspiracy. Because the energy is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? This energy that we all possess within inside of us, our own personal journey, our divine spark that's within us that shines around everybody that you go around, right? Because me, when I walk into a room, everybody glow. You know, and you get some people that walk into a room, everybody sour. You see what I'm saying? So we got that energy within us while we're alive, and we also got an energy that still hangs around when we are not in the physical no more, right? See, it's levels to these planes of existence, right? So we can't look at everything that is physical as well. We got to understand that it's a bigger, grander scope of how we need to put our mindset at so we can grab everything on a higher level. Because if we keep on arguing back and forth about whether it's a conspiracy theory or not, we're going to miss the fact of the energy that was built in that this person then put out here for us all to be able to be a part of and take it to another level and put that energy within us and then let it resonate out even more, right? See, that's what it comes down to on my side of the game, the way I see it. I feel like we shouldn't be arguing about a conspiracy anymore. I think that if we're going to talk about a conspiracy, let's talk about how we are involved in the conspiracies in the first place. Let's change the dynamic of that aspect to let's stop getting involved with these governments. Let's stop getting involved in being paid snitches, paid informants, and being in a position to have to take our own people down. If you do something, then let it be what you done did, and then you don't get involved with nobody else on that side of the game in order to be in a position to have to kill somebody or put somebody in jail or something like that. Let's eliminate the conspiracies out of our own community by not even engaging in that. Because regardless of what happens in anybody's death, it's always going to be tragic. And it's even more tragic when it comes at the hands of our own people. But what makes it even more sad is when there's a conspiracy theory wrapped around it, because we got to understand where these conspiracies start from. These conspiracies start from us and our involvement, our engagement into their system, to being able to be manipulated mentally in our mind to be able to even do something like that. So after all of these generations and generations of black people turning on black people for the sake of whatever it is that they're either threatened or some type of comeuppance that they get in the end, we need to say that that is not going to be enough for me to turn myself unrighteous against my own people, period. And once we eliminate that out of the game, then we can be able to have a more direct correlation with what the situations are that's going on around us. Because calling everything a conspiracy theory is really unfair to everything that he has built for himself and his family and what's going on. And as I say, that energy is still out there, and we can receive that energy. And you receive that energy by following the stuff that he was doing and looking at that as an example and understanding that we can raise stuff to a higher level, right? So, like I said, my condolences to Nipsey Hussle. Big ups to you for doing everything that you did while you was here on the physical plane. And for everybody out here that's on that higher level, we go keep that going. And I understand how a lot of people might feel about the gang violence and all of that stuff. But as I said, on one side of the game, he done changed his life around. So even if it was some gang violence stuff, we got to understand that we need to get out of that aspect of it too. Why are there even gangs, I ain't going to keep on going on forever. I just wanted to put that out there. Let's stop this argument about the conspiracy theory or whether it was, black on black crime, because all of it need to end. We need to stop our involvement with the government, and we need to stop our involvement with killing each other anyway. With that being said, I'm staying successful, peaceful, prosperous, and healthy, raising on the higher level all the time. And everybody out there, keep y'all good things going up. Live in your energy that you got now, so that energy can keep on going when that day that you not here in the physical. That's what's up. That's what we out here trying to do. Higher levels, y'all. With that being said, peace.